Good evening, friends, and we have Suresh Kochattil ji once again here with us. We'll be discussing a lot of interesting topics today, especially with regards to the winter session which is underway, and also about what is happening in Pakistan and much, much more. Welcome, Suresh ji.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Yeah. So, coming to the first point, Suresh ji, is that Rahul Gandhi has a admirer in the Congress party, and it is none other than Revanth Reddy, who has, reiterated that, he will be the next Prime Minister of India. So, so that is quite amazing that Rahul Gandhi, has some allies inside the Congress party.
Yeah. I mean, Revanth Reddy has to do that. DK Shivkumar has to do that. Siddaramaiah has to do that. Mallikarjun Kharge has to do that because he is the MD of the company, or rather, he is chairman is Sonia Gandhi, MD is Rahul Gandhi. And if MD doesn't like an employee, he can just sack him overnight. Simple as that. So naturally, Revanth Reddy has to get up every day morning and say this bhajan. Otherwise, tomorrow he may not have his chief minister's chair. I understand his predicament. I mean, that is how it is. But all of us know who Rahul Gandhi is. So much so that even their latest defection from their alliance is happening as we speak, which is JMM, which is moving out of the India alliance into the NDA alliance. And Hemant Soren wants to have nothing to do with Rahul Gandhi anymore because he knows that Rahul Gandhi does not bring any votes to the kitty. And that is something that even Tejasvi learned the hard way in Bihar. And of course, Akhilesh Yadav is going to learn the hard way in Uttar Pradesh when the 2027 assembly elections will be held there. Now, the question is very simple. In terms of leadership capacity, it is not just the optics or jumping into a river to catch a fish or do anything like that, but the actual thing is to bring the results to the table. And if you are a cricket captain, you need to win matches, or then after 5 or 6 losses, you'll be sidelined. But 95 losses and Rahul Gandhi is still in the stable, is still sitting on the top table. That is because he claims that he didn't lose any election. It was all the election commission's kind of, magic show that helped BJP win. This is something that he started doing from the 65th or 66th loss onward, where he started targeting the EVMs first. He always kept saying that the EVMs are manipulated and BJP will win. Then he tried the vote chori thing. He said that there are 200 voters in a single address, but he talks only one constituency. He doesn't talk about the constituencies in the old city of Hyderabad, where in one address there'll be 400 people, because there the Congress wins. So simple as that. So there you don't question anything. There's no vote chori in Karnataka. There is no vote chori in Telangana. And funnily enough, BJP has never alleged any vote chori in any of these places. Not there any cry about vote chori in Kerala, where Congress won the last Lok Sabha election. That is, the UDF won 19 of the 20 seats. But there is no vote chori there. And they lost the assembly elections before that to CPM led the LDF. There was no vote chori then. So it's very convenient for him to tell his party supporters that, look, I have not lost any election. We have not lost any election. It is the election commission which is kind of ensuring that we lose. So he's kind of taking an anticipatory bail each time. But now everybody knows that, I mean, the patience is wearing thin. The Supreme Court asked point blank question the other day to Abhishek Manu Singhvi. When he kept repeating saying that Bihar SIR, the Supreme Court said there were 64 lakh people who were removed from the rolls. And you people came to us and we told your guys, your booth level agents, to bring any of those 64 lakh people before us or file an affidavit before the respective BLOs. Not a single one turned up. So obviously, Rahul Gandhi's vote chori has fallen flat in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has caught his bluff. That is why Rahul Gandhi doesn't sign a single affidavit when he makes all these allegations, which is what the Election Commission wanted, because you cannot react to an unsubstantiated allegation made on a television show or on a organized press conference or a PowerPoint presentation. So this is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, if Virat Kohli doesn't perform or some other captain doesn't perform, Rohit Sharma doesn't perform, out goes them. I mean, they are just summarily removed. They might stay in the team, but they'll no longer be the captain. But here is somebody who's entitled, born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Nobody should question him. If he questions him, like Ghulam Nabi Azad, like Captain Amrinder Singh, like Shehzad Poonawalla, or others in the party, they will simply be thrown out. Simple as that. So losses are all attributable to the respective party units. Any victory that happens by fluke is attributable to the dynasty, and then they get all the credit for it. This is it. So Revant Reddy praising Rahul Gandhi, I'm not surprised because he has to do it. He has no choice. And he himself knows, heart in heart, Revant Reddy knows that it will never happen. For a party that has never won a majority since 1984, imagine we are almost what, 30 years? 94, 2004, 2014, 40
Yes.
years. For 40 years, this party has never got a majority of its own. And that is the state of Indian National Congress, which ruled the roost of this country. So technically, if you're talking 78 years now, that means of the 78, for almost 38 years, the party ruled with kind of iron fist and secured majority. But after that, it lost consistently. And in between, Moraji Desai was there and all others tried to pitch in and get their influence done. Long story short, simple as that, that Revant Reddy is saying it, I will only smile, I would laugh away because he is invited even Rahul Gandhi for this Rising Summit. There is a summit that is happening in Hyderabad, an investment summit. And there is invited Rahul Gandhi. Nobody knows why, because he is only a leader of opposition. And why does he get invited to Telangana government summit? Obviously, the reason is if he doesn't get invited, then Revant Reddy next day morning might not be the chief minister of Telangana. I mean, inviting Modi ji, whether Modi ji comes or not, is a different cup of tea. But this is what it is. I mean, this is the situation that we are seeing, and I'm not surprised with Revant Reddy's statement, Jaydev.
So, what do you think of Shashi Tharoor missing important meetings of Sonia Gandhi?
See, Shashi Tharoor is a sensible guy. He is waiting to get thrown out from the party because he knows there is another few years for the next Lok Sabha election to come up. He's already won 4 times. So even if he doesn't win in Tiruvananthapuram, tomorrow Modi ji might make him the Rajya Sabha member from somewhere, and he will still continue. And for all you know, in the next Modi government or even in this Modi government, he might get a post if the Congress throws him out. The Congress is not willing to throw him out. They want him to quit so that the anti-defection law will come into being and Shashi Tharoor will lose his seat. And there will be a by-election in Tiruvananthapuram, which Shashi Tharoor may not contest. That is the reason why it is. So it's very, very obvious that Shashi Tharoor makes regular statements praising Modi ji. He makes statement which irritates the dynasty to no end. And of course, they didn't never like the fact that he was sent abroad by Modi ji along with the rest of others like Manish Tiwari and Asaduddin Owaisi. And they all went there and sang songs about the Indian government, Supriya Sule included. They all kind of, which is correct, they all said good things about India when they were abroad, including Asaduddin Owaisi, who literally tore apart the Pakistani government in Bahrain when he was there with the Indian delegation after Operation Sindoor. So Shashi Tharoor is a sensible guy. It is true that he is a one-man army. He doesn't have a huge following of 20 MLAs or 10 MPs or something from along with him. No, he doesn't have anybody. But he's just waiting for the right opportunity because the moment they throw him out, then he will say, look, I'm now free and Modi ji can utilize my services from now onwards. So all you know, like Tom Vadakkan and others in the BJP spokespersons like Shehzad Poonawala, you will have another ex-Congressee join them as the party spokesperson.
Yeah. So, Suresh, now you have two people having breakfast, lunch, dinner, and each and everything together. You have DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaya. So, what is happening? They are the best of friends right now.
It is a show for the cameras, Jaydev. You will live in Bangalore and you know the show that is going on. Rahul Gandhi is not able to take a decision, and here rather he will not take a decision. He is adopting the Narasimha Rao style of management, which is basically don't try and solve anything. The problem will go away by itself. And this is what Narasimha Rao used to do, not taking decisions when he was the prime minister. But DK Shivkumar knows very well that the more he delays his entry or his disagreement in public, he doesn't do it and he threatens to walk away, the more he diminishes his chances of becoming a chief minister. And more importantly, not just the chief minister, his image in the eyes of his own community, the Wakaligas, will be hurt badly. And if he doesn't kind of ask for the post, see, there is a reason why you should ask because nobody's going to give it to you on a platter. And the tweet the other day, which he did with that still out of a black and white photograph, which he said, something in the meaning that a word that is given must be kept. And Siddaramaya responded with something else. Of course, Siddaramaya doesn't know English properly, but somebody would have written it for him, and his team would have posted it. But the point is very simple here: is there was a gentleman's agreement, which we are told was there, which is what even D.K. Shivkumar indicated. That gentleman's agreement is not being kept. Now that he has tasted blood, Siddaramaya doesn't want to give up the post. And D.K. Shivkumar knows that there are only two ATMs for Congress in India. One ATM is in Bengaluru and other ATM is in Hyderabad. And these are the two ATMs which are sending money to Delhi for the Congress party to survive. And if if he is not made the chief and he controls the ATM pin code, or rather code, and password, if he doesn't enter the password, he's gone. There's no more money going to Delhi. And Rahul Gandhi also knows that pretty well. But Rahul Gandhi today is in a position where he cannot take any decision, because any decision that he takes would backfire. If he sacks Siddaramaya, then there might be a rebellion in the party. And if it doesn't get Shiv Kumar, the Vakaligas will react. Already the seers, the senior pontiffs of many Vakaliga mutts are already talking about teaching the Congress a lesson. And worse is yet to come, Jaydev. Remember the caste survey? Nobody's talking about it now. What happened to the caste survey? It was done with so much of fanfare. 100 crores were spent before that in the last survey done when Siddaramaya was then the chief minister. It was never made public because the Vakaligas and Lingayats were shown with less numbers, and they said if you publish that, your government is gone. So the second term, he does another survey in which many people did not even participate, and now the results are not coming out, because he knows for sure that looking at the example of Telangana, where the local body election, the Telangana government wanted to bring in a similar survey report, which they published, saying that the backward class OBCs, that is, and the SC/STs and Muslims put together form 62% of the population, so they should get reservation accordingly. And the Supreme Court said nothing doing, struck it down and said 50% is the limit. So what is Siddaramaya going to do even if he releases a survey? There's nothing he can do about it. Because at the end of the day, Maharashtra has also been warned in the now ongoing local body election that nothing above 50%. No chance. Ninth schedule, forget it, because the ninth schedule itself is under legal challenge. Because the Supreme Court had made it clear after the Tamil Nadu thing was done, which was a sleight of hand, that even the Tamil Nadu ninth schedule is under legal challenge. So any day it can be overturned. And any future attempt to put it in the ninth schedule will also be questioned. And Modi government will not take a risk like that. The BJP has been told in Telangana by the Congress, or rather BJP has been kind of pillar to the post, kind of told that BJP is not bringing this ninth schedule thing because they don't want to help the BC, so be it. Because anyway, it's going to get struck down by the Supreme Court. So we will live with that, and Siddaramaya knows that if he publishes the report, his government is gone. And if he doesn't publish the report, the backward classes will take him apart. And either way, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and there's nothing much he can do about it.
Yeah. So also with regards to the National Herald case, and there's a fresh FIR against the Gandhis. And also my question is, it was Dr. Swami who initiated this National Herald case. Yep. But he is quite silent about this new development, and all his focus is on Modi ji, right?
Obviously, when Subramaniam Swami did not get his Rajya Sabha seat, actually once it was not renewed for him, because he was a Rajya Sabha MP courtesy Modi ji, but he never got a second chance for it, and that is when he became damn upset. He started his campaign against Modi ji, including a dirty tweet recently that he did, in which he's claimed something to the range that Modi ji's photographs are with the Americans and all that kind of nonsense. And promptly, somebody would have told him that he would be pulled into the police station, a case would be filed against him, and he immediately deleted the tweet. This is a man who, at one time, tied up with Jayalalitha and pulled down the government, the BJP government. Don't forget him. Never forget him. He's a chameleon. He does things when it suits him, and he doesn't do things when it doesn't suit him, and that's it. Simple as that. He wanted to kind of get Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi to agree to his terms and conditions, make him an MP, but they didn't fall for the bait, so he filed a case against them. But he never thought it will go to the logical conclusion. He thought it will get stuck in the bureaucracy somewhere. But along the way, it got, the entire affair came about, and we saw what happened. Now that there's a fresh FIR, of course, everybody knows that this is the best business model that any business can adopt, where you can pay 50 lakhs and get a company worth 2,000 crores. I think Rahul Gandhi should write a book on this, rather Sam Pitroda, because he's the one who, the brain behind all this, where you pay 50 lakhs and say, I will recover a loan of 90 crores, which is due from that company. You give me that company and I will recover it from the company and give it to the Congress party. And the Congress party magnanimously says, no, 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 don't pay the 90 crores. Doesn't matter. We're fine even if you don't pay it, because it's Rahul Gandhi's company now and Sonia Gandhi's company. And so, long and short of it, yes, it's very simple that Subramaniam Swamy doesn't want to do anything with it, but then it is out of his hands now, actually, because now it's with the Enforcement Directorate, the CBI, everybody's jumped into it. A fresh FIR by Delhi police, and but I don't think the case would go anywhere, because unless it comes up during the present Chief Justice, who seem to be very tough with Kapil Sibal and Abhishek Manu Singhvi and others, Colin Gonsalves and other people in the court who were ruling roost when the previous Chief Justice was there. Their cases would be heard in 6 hours, 5 hours, and judgments were just doled out like chocolates by the previous Chief Justice Gawai. And now the present Chief Justice is asking questions about Rohingyas, about whether to give them red carpet treatment, whether the opposition wants SIR to be called up. He said, no choice, no chance. SIR goes on. So I guess Rahul Gandhi's kind of punishment, or because he's already out on bail under Section 420 of the IPC, the previous IPC, now it's BNS, which is for cheating. And he goes on to talk about Gyanesh Kumar being corrupt, whereas Rahul Gandhi should realize, he should look at the mirror and say, who's out on bail? Gyanesh Kumar is not out on bail. It is he and his mother who are out on bail under Section 420. And that's for cheating. And he should answer that question first. And I guess Subramanian Swamy is out of the equation now, Jaydev. He is a non-entity. He's at best a loose cannon, as we'd call him. And people have begun to ignore him, because it's like, the old story about a young boy who keeps on saying, Sher aaya in a village. And there's no share at all. And finally, when the share comes, nobody believes it. And that is what happens. And this is a typical case with Subramanian Swamy. He's a publicity seeker. The only unfortunate thing is that people say that I look like him, but I'm not his long-lost brother. But that is all fine. But Subramanian Swamy is a gone case in Indian politics. Just forget him. Alt, control, delete. That's it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Pakistan, there's a huge crisis, which is happening. And apparently, the latest news is Imran Khan's sister said that Imran Khan is completely fine. He is in good health, but he is suffering mental torture from Asim Munir. That is one part. And the second part is Shahbaz Sharif. They said he has fled, Pakistan. And apparently, he wants to, somehow remove Asim Munir, right? Because the notification for his promotion has not come true. So, what do you see is going on in Pakistan? You see a huge breakdown.
And Pakistan is broken down. It is like asking, why is the vehicle not starting? It will not start. It's a broken down vehicle. It's a failed country. And I actually having a good laugh inside myself when you say that Shahbaz Sharif is not giving a promotion to Asim Munir. Asim Munir decides whether he wants a promotion. Asim Munir will give himself a field marshal. If he wants tomorrow morning, he can put same Shahbaz Sharif along with Imran Khan in the same cell. That is the power of army. Pakistan functions on two A's, army and Allah. That's it. There's nothing beyond it. And so Pakistan is a failed state where army decides everything. Shahbaz Sharif is a nobody, absolutely. Even the Americans have a greater say than Shahbaz Sharif. Tell me, right from Yahya Khan to onwards to Ziaul Haq and Parvez Musharraf and the rest, now Asim Munir, where in the hell in Pakistan has the army given a power? They've never done that. They always hold the reins in the hands. Remember what they did to Zulfikar Ali Bhutto? Remember what they did to Benazir Bhutto? Remember what even the Americans did to Ziaul Haq by putting a bomb in his aircraft and then downing it. This is all happening in Pakistan. It's a failed state where right now the Americans are in love with it because yes, Asim Munir has put in a lot of money into the cryptocurrency for Donald Trump. But beyond that, once Donald Trump is out of the office after another 2.5 years or 3 years, then the story resets itself. And right now, there's nothing happening. I think Asim Munir knows very well that the moment Americans dig out the rare earths from Pakistan, they will just dump them like where they did after the Afghan war. They'll be left with the old F-16s and nothing much beyond it.
Yeah, because Imran Khan's sister says that Imran Khan is in good health. Now, how do we know that if she has not been threatened by Asim Munir and ISI? We don't know that, right? Like, could be.
Well, I think we will. The Imran Khan affair is becoming boring. Actually, one day morning you hear he's dead, next day morning you hear he's alive, and third day morning again you're told he's unconscious, and fourth day morning again he's fine. I think everything has to be taken with a pinch of salt because the idea is also that to create havoc outside. Because if the moment you say Imran Khan is dead, his supporters will go haywire, which they did day before yesterday. A lot of media guys in Hyderabad called me and said, "Oh, sir, we want your bite about Imran Khan's death." I said, "Where did he die?" They said, "Oh, that's all over the social media." I said, "If social media is the credible source, then God bless you, because tomorrow they can write any piece of news. They can say that even America has taken over Pakistan, and this is possible." But don't. I think Imran Khan is being given a lease of life because nobody is bothered. Nobody's even aware that he's still in jail. Very few people. So once in a while, you need to keep reminding people that I'm alive. I'm in the jail. I'm in bad shape. Somebody has beaten me. Somebody has done this to me. Somebody has done that to me. And then suddenly everybody says, "Oh, they are all fine. They're all doing good." Possibly is the only country in the world where the winner is sitting in the jail, the winner of an election, and the guy who lost is the prime minister. And this is the most wonderful type of democracy, so-called democracy, you can see anywhere in the world. You won't see it anywhere, not even in Japan or Italy, which has got the worst kind of politics, if you can call it that way, in terms of coalition politics. But I think Imran Khan is a kind of just sign a peace deal with the army, go to London, ask for $50 million. They will give him that, just disappear from Pakistan, go and settle down in London with a huge house, which he already has there. And that's it, lead a cushy life. Why spend time in jail? The army will run the Pakistan. They will run and ruin Pakistan both. There's only a difference of alphabet I in between. That's it.
Yeah, because the Pakistani public they are against Asim Munir because of the way Imran Khan was jailed, and number two, also the huge inflation. The economy is broken, and all those things. The public might come out in the open in the roads.
No, it does. Doubtful. Nobody in Pakistan will dare question the Pakistan army. No one. Again, history, go back to history and see that. The only time somebody rebelled against the Pakistanis is what happened in East Pakistan when the students in Dhaka University rebelled against the Pakistan army atrocities in 1971, which led to the entry of the Indian army along with Mukti Bahani. Now, in Pakistan, when did you last hear of the protesters on the streets overthrowing a government or something happens? The Pakistan army will shoot people point blank, if anybody dares comes and protests on the streets against them. As long as they're protesting against Shahbaz Sharif or his supporters protesting against Imran Khan or even death to America slogans, which they keep regularly raising, there's nothing much going to happen. The moment any of the civilians try and raise the slogans against the army, that's it. They're destined for the 72 hooves after that.
Yeah. So coming to the last point, Sureshi, is that there is GPS spoofing, all across the airports in Delhi, Bangalore, and all those things. But that's a huge, big, concern for India, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think, see, at the end of the day, this is something that happened in other airports around the world too at an earlier time. Uh, the main thing that we need to ask ourselves is whose GPS are we using? We're using the American system right now, and anybody can spoof if you are controlling the system itself. It is not a great shakes. Technology allows you to do today. Blaming Pakistan is, I think, the easy way out. We need to have our own GPS system. I thought we already had developed the Navic, but I believe it is still in testing stage when it comes to airlines because it's not like using it in a car. Because in a car, many cases we've seen people going into rivers and lakes thinking it is a road because that is what the Google Maps showed them. But they cannot do that to an aircraft because you're flying at a certain height and you're flying with a complement of 230 to 40 passengers. You cannot take effort to take a risk. But Jaydev, that is not the point. The point is simple: is that with so much of technology happening around the world, why is it that you're hearing this only in India? Are we not prepared for it? What happened to our ILS if that is disabled? What happens to the manual flying by the pilots into the airports? All these are a question that gets recalled because after the Ahmedabad crash, people are literally scared to fly. But then the confidence had come back, and with this kind of thing that is happening, and naturally there's a scare that is happening because every time an aircraft is reset and asked to go to some other airport, there's a money being lost also. There's a time and money and fuel that is being burned to do all this kind of stuff. So obviously, I think more than endangering the aircraft or endangering the passengers, what is happening is they are kind of destroying our economy by doing this. Because imagine 30 to 40 flights a day getting kind of rerouted or landing in other airports. This is a huge loss. Or asked to even go around once or twice around the airport instead of landing. That is a huge loss for the airline because the airline needs to land, I mean, get its passengers out, deboard them, get the cleaning crew, get the new passengers in, all in a matter of 30 to 40 minutes turnaround time. But then, if you are flying in like this and if you do all this kind of stuff, then obviously there's a huge loss. Remember the bomb scare, something similar to what this is all about. And the spoofing thing has to be technically because we are supposed to be an IT superpower. Come on, where are we in terms of getting this thing right? We need to get it right actually. And if it requires, building a system ourselves, which you already have, and testing it quick time, because during COVID, if you remember, we bought out the vaccines in quick time, Covaxin, because the time for the trials was shortened down by the government. Because there's no time to do 6 months or 1 year trial. They had to get this vaccine out as soon as possible. So they did the testing and then they did the one, the test two, the cycle two, and then they said third one can wait while the vaccine is in the market. So that is what they did. And nothing went wrong after that. I don't think there's many issues regarding Covaxin that happened. But that is exactly what we need to do with Navic also. Now get the thing, get the GPS in place, test it, and ensure that you do with a select number of aircraft and ensure that the GPS system works very well. But I'm surprised that we haven't found a solution for it. It's high time the government decides to do something drastic and get some of the technology. Get the Israelis, they will give you the technology how to run all this because they are experts at this job. Because they face this kind of threat almost every other day. Maybe not the civilian aircraft, but the military aircraft face this kind of problems always. And definitely there needs to be a solution for this, Jaydev. And of course, I think Indian Airlines, I mean, what I meant by Indian Airlines, the airlines in India will overcome the entire issue in a matter of weeks, if not months. But I think the most important thing you missed out is also the fact that the SAR debate in Parliament. But interesting thing is that Rahul Gandhi and team wants to debate about another constitutional body in the Parliament. Imagine they are an independent constitutional body. And I just want to leave it with the last few minutes because I think we've got a couple of minutes to go. And the main thing that I want to tell here is that one thing, okay, the government has now seemed to agree, but who will reply to the debate in Parliament on SIR? Who will reply? There's no Minister for Election Commission. Kiran Rijiju at the best can make a statement here or a statement there. But then he cannot speak on behalf of the Election Commission of India, which is an independent constitutional body. And that is what Rahul Gandhi needs to learn and other opposition party leaders. Because see, when the debate comes up, there'll be again more chaos. They will not agree to the debate. They'll say government did this, government did that. Government doesn't run SIR. Bihar, when they ran, 64 lakh people got deleted. What did the Supreme Court say day before yesterday? That none of your guys came and kind of complained about it. This is what I'm trying to say. So do you have a debate in Parliament? Have it in the proper manner. But the problem is you want to eat the cake. I mean, you want to have the cake and eat it too. And that's what is happening today. So I think the time has come for even the speakers of the Lok Sabha, Om Birla ji, and of course Radhakrishnan ji in Rajya Sabha, to throw the unruly elements out. Withdraw the allowances for any member of the Parliament who is creating havoc. Name them and ensure that they don't get the TA and DA. People of India will support the Speaker and the Chairman of Rajya Sabha in this. This is what needs to be done. Only then, of course, it doesn't really bother them because these guys are floating in money. They have crores and crores with them. So canceling their flight tickets is not a big thing for them, or not even paying the allowance to them. That is peanuts for them. But I think somewhere along the way, there needs to be a punishment for all this. Ban them for 1 week or 10 days, 15 days, doesn't matter. Name them and remove them. Get the marshals and remove them. We Indians don't want our hard earned taxpayers' money to be wasted by a few people who keep shouting slogans and get the house adjourned. Sorry, my taxpayer money is not for that. If Rahul Gandhi and others want to do it, let them spend the money from their own pocket and run parliament. We are not going to give that money to them. It costs crores to keep parliament on each working day, and this is not done.
Yeah, the most important thing is bringing pets inside the parliament for them.
Oh yeah. See, Renuka Chaudhary needs to show that she's still around. I actually forgot that she's an MP. And here it is. The same lady, there is a famous photograph of hers making a maid of hers stand on the side while she and her family are enjoying a dinner. That poor young girl is standing by the side, not even offered a chair to sit while this family is enjoying a dinner. That is a sense of entitlement these people have. And then they have the guts to talk about dogs in parliament and saying there are more dogs inside the parliament. I think she was referring to her own party people inside the parliament because they are the ones who keep barking always. And I think we should thank Renuka Chaudhary for that she reminded us of the Congress party and their antics inside the parliament when she brought in that dog.
Yeah. That was a wonderful session, Suresh, and thanks for coming. And we'll
Thank
see
you.
you again next week.
Thank you. Thank you, Jaydev. Bye-bye. Good night,
Thanks.
Jai Shri Ram.
Bye. Jai Shri Ram.